So I've got another wrap for you. This is a 2021 Tesla Model Y. This is brand new. He just picked it up like 3 days ago, dropped it off here. We're gonna do satin black over the black. He dropped it off last night and I washed it yesterday and I already took off some of the stuff like the trim, took off the mirror, prepped the car for today. Today is going to be a busy day. It's nice, perfect weather for this. This is nice in the garage here, but it's 50 degrees outside and only going to get to 70 degrees, so it's perfect weather to open the doors later on and I can work all day long. If you saw my last video about my wrap, I had to wait during the day because it got up to 80 degrees and that's not really good for vinyl. Well, for easy installation, I guess. But what I noticed yesterday when I was cleaning the car, the fit and finish is so much better in these new models. I'm going to show you the wrap, but I'm also going to show you the differences between my Model Y. It's an early build. It's 409 is the VIN number, so it's very, very early. And this one happens to be, I don't even know, let's see. And this one happens to be 26,000. So I'll show you how much better they are because there's quite a bit difference that I noticed just in a short period of time with it. Hope you enjoy the video because it's gonna happen very quickly. I've already got these 3 panels done. Oh wait. So it's 10:55, but basically 11 o'clock. I started at about 9:30 this morning. I've gotten those 3 done. Pretty good progress so far. So it's lunchtime. I've got everything done pretty much. That panel, this panel, this panel, this panel. I got the mirror, put everything back on. I just have to do this piece here. That's what I'm going to do after lunch. Flip the car around, do the other side, and really all I'll have left is the hood, the bumpers, and the deck lid. Plus, I'm doing some other things for him. I'm putting in the power frunk, and I'm also putting in the tail lights from Hanshow. Both of them are from Hanshow. Really cool stuff. It's going to look really nice. Everything's going to be matte black, except for the glass, which he'll get tinted, and it'll look amazing.
And later that day...
So I got a lot done today. This is the other side. I've got the whole other side done. So I've got the driver's side, the rear door, that back panel done. I got the hood done. I cut this piece, but I cut it 2 inches too short. Or 3 inches too short, and it's just too much to stretch, so we'll have to cut that piece tomorrow. So I've got this entire side done over here, the mirror, the top piece and everything. So I really just have the bumpers to do tomorrow. This top piece, which I have the piece right over there for that. I might do that tonight, I don't know, but it's 9:20. And then we have the deck lid to do. My daughter came over and she cleaned up a lot of the glue from the emblems, and then tomorrow she's gonna post heat everything for me, which is awesome. That takes a lot of time off of the job for me to do. And basically what post heating does is it gets the temperature of the film up to a certain temperature for this film, but it basically breaks the memory of the film. And now this is the shape of the memory. This is what it remembers now. So it'll remember to stay in this curve here. It'll remember to stay in this curve in the door. Plus it gets out the micro scratches that come in with the squeegee process. I use water to lubricate the squeegee, and it's a neoprene squeegee, so it doesn't leave that much. But there's still always, you have to kind of put force on this to get the glue, to get it to set. When you push on it, that's when it activates the glue a little bit. Bumpers are hard. Bumpers are gonna take some time. Fender's not that difficult, neither is this thing. The bumpers and the deck lid take extra hands. That's why my daughter's coming to work after she gets done at work. She works at Sunstoppers. They're gonna be doing the window tint on this later on, probably next week sometime. Because then I gotta get on to adding those extra things like the power frunk and everything like that. So I'm a little tired, sweaty, but I had fun today. Got a lot done today. A lot done, way more done than I got on mine. And this looks really good. I like how this looks. He's gonna be really happy with this. So the wrap is finished. I'm gonna show you that outside in a little bit because I have to let it bake in the sun, but I'm also installing the power frunk and the taillights from Hanshow. And I haven't really installed one in a while, and there's a huge difference from the one I have. And I got mine very early on in 2020. They're on version 4.1, I believe. No, 4.3 right now. And this kit is so much better. Look at the connections here. This is the enclosure, which used to be a metal box. The motor's a little bit smaller. These are brackets because you have to adjust. Because that is so far down there, it's a little different than the Model 3. But then you also have this wire harness, which is actually amazing. This kit looks so much better than the one that I had, the version 1, I guess, for the Model Y. And really good, looks like really good directions. Shouldn't be very difficult. I'm actually pleased with this. The progression of Handshow's products is really good. I'm very, very impressed. Now, the next thing is to see how easy it is to install. Now, this was totally different than my car, and I'm gonna show you some of the differences outside, but the biggest difference right here is the HEPA filter, the biodefense mode. I don't have that in my Model Y, and I'm wondering if it's possible to upgrade to it, because this is really the only difference. It attaches here and then attaches down to, where's the bolts? Right over here. That's what just lifts the whole thing up. And I think it's really cool. I'd like to have that. I wonder if it's possible to upgrade. I think there would have to be a software update involved as well. But really cool to see, first of all, a clean interior. This thing has only got 150 miles on it and it's a couple days old. I think I've had it here longer than he's had it. The wrap looks really good, by the way. I'll show you outside. It's really cool to see really great products going into another really great product. So one other cool thing in the back, because I'm putting it on the taillights that kind of move a little bit. I looked back here. I'm taking the carpet out because I got to get to these back here, and I got to run wires up into here to attach to the lights and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to show you the difference between mine and his. This is the new casting from Tesla. There's crash bars that bolt on. There's these plastic pieces that say left and right. This one has a sticker, the other one doesn't. And you can see how you can't fit all the way through. There's it blocks. So this tub here is actually a tub. Mine has a gap here that I can run wires in between to get into this area here. So they're a little bit different, this giant casting. And then you can see where the third row seat bolts in. There's nuts here that are welded in, also there, and then it goes underneath here. Now mine had a penis, yes, a penis from the factory where the foam had come out the tube. This one doesn't seem to have that, so they've changed their foam setup anyway, maybe after watching my video. The tub looks the same. This material here just kind of deadens the sound, but it's just a plastic tub inside this one structure. So it's really cool to see the giant mega casting. Not sure what these are for. It might be just a way to level out and save a little bit of material. I'm not positive on that. All this stuff is really, really interesting to me. Oh, there's more foam back here. So it's deadens the sound a little bit more. Interesting. These clips aren't in mine either. But I love how they change things out throughout the years and make the product better without waiting for a whole model year difference. So this one-piece casting is huge for the Model Y. So I'm all done installing. I'm about ready to put everything back together, but I wanted to show you the HEPA filter, or the biodefense mode. This charcoal filter, kind of like what we have inside. This is just double, but we have two of these inside our normal Model Ys or Model 3s. It's just cut in half and they're double stacked. This one's just right next to each other, along with a regular air filter. So we're gonna have another filter. So a double filter system here, which is kind of cool. So that is what's this is gonna stop some of the major chemicals, and then the air filter is gonna stop the debris behind these. I'm sure those are very expensive to replace, but it just bolts down in two spots, and then the cover sits on top with the air that rams into this area here. Now with the cover on top, there's screws along here, and then there's screws along the back here. The air flows in right through here, and then it gets forced air in through there. So you don't want a whole lot of air, but it's forcing enough air in there where you're gonna have enough power for your biodefense mode. I thought that was kind of cool. The difference being, besides all the dirt, this is the normal air filter, which not even a filter. It's the normal air intake, which goes right down into where there's two of those filters inside. Now I do have some charcoal filters in here, but they're inside. It's hard to get to, just a pain in the butt. And then of course, you do still have a regular battery. Video coming soon on an upgrade for that. And probably when I do that, I'll probably clean up this whole engine bay here, the motor bay. It's not an engine bay. and then I'll get rid of stuff like this that I'm not using anymore and clean up all these wires that I'm not using, the charge controller, all that kind of stuff. The frunk was actually really easy to install. It was different, and the directions were really small pictures, and they kind of go off pictures. Really, it's just one wire to the power, one wire to the ground, and then everything fits neatly right in here. And the brains are right up on here on the crash bar. Super easy, really nice to deal with, and it worked right away. All right, the button works, the frunk is all done. I gotta put the emblem still on the front, put the fender wells on, and then go over the car once again and make sure everything is really good. It's been baking in the sun. This vinyl has to get up to 175 degrees, and I think that's pretty much where it's at. I'm gonna move it more into the sun right here, put my car right next to it, and kind of go over some of the differences. It's fully charged now, and he's gonna pick it up later today. So as a lot of you know, there is some differences. First of all, mine's a performance, his is a long range, not a big deal. Mine's lowered. His is standard height, which looks like a 4x4 compared to mine right now, because mine's quite a bit lower. But the fit and finish is quite a bit better. The only panel that I saw on his car that was marginally bad was this fender. It can be popped out just a little bit. The top is good right here, but it's just in a little bit here too. So if this was just one little washer out, that would be perfect, and everything else would fit really, really nice. Everything else is good. So this panel, well, I guess this door can be popped out a little bit as well, but everything else was fitting really, really nice on his. Now my trunk is messed up big time from the factory. It was always like this. There's always a gap here. Now I've damaged mine. Mine's dirty, but I damaged mine, which kind of messed up this whole area. I backed into a tree going off-road. But here, my fender has always been off. This is way low, and this is flush, but it's really low. But the hood fit fine. A lot of the difference I noticed is going to be on the inside. Like I mentioned, the full frame on the back, or the casting in the back of this with the sound dampening material in the back of this. I really don't have that stuff. This has more foam than this one does. This has the thicker windows on the sides. There's quite a bit of difference here. This is mine right here, and you can see this is maybe 1/8 of an inch. You come over here, and this one here is a double pane glass. This is close to 1/4 of an inch glass. So that has got to make a huge difference in the sound, especially once he gets his window tinted. He's going to take this and call Sunstoppers in Lake Norman, where my daughter works, where she helped me with this car, getting that tinted, as well as the side windows, possibly the roof. But this, with these windows, is going to make this car sound really quiet, because a lot of people don't realize that tinting this will quiet down your car. I have it tinted on mine, and it makes a huge difference. I noticed right off the bat a huge difference. I mean, obviously the interiors are different. Of course, he's got the center console in the middle with with the new center console, which is really cool to have. I don't have that. I've got the crappy old one that's all stained and dingy. My whole car is dingy. I did notice that the seats are a little different. These seats seem to be this bolster seems to be bigger on his car than mine. I don't know if I've just worn mine out. I've got 30-some thousand miles on my car, but I noticed a difference here, and I don't like it. It pinches my leg a little bit. So I'm glad Karen didn't want to go with one of these, because that would have messed her leg up as well. The back seats, I didn't sit back there, but everything looks the same. Back here, like I showed you before, there is a huge difference, but this carpet is different. This is a thicker carpet. I like this carpet. And also, this is a different material. Mine looked like it was thrown together, pieced together, because it's actually that edge, the leading edge there is like falling apart. It's like crappy. Almost looks like a prototype. Again, my VIN number is 409, so it's very early on. But his interior is actually black. Let me show you mine. Mine's not black. My interior has a blue hue to it. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a difference. There's quite a bit of difference between my interior and his. Let's see if we can see in a door. Mine looks like a dark navy blue almost, and his is definitely a black plastic. Not a deal breaker, but I think it is something to note. Oh, and of course, his work. Mine don't. And I did change out these taillights. These are the taillights from Hand Show, just like mine. I'll show you a little video of them dancing a little bit while I was testing them. And I did notice this. You know how that was quiet? It just closed. No big deal. Listen to mine. It's noisier. And then it suction cups closed. That's weird. I've probably had this car longer than he has. He dropped this car off to me Thursday night. It's now Monday afternoon. The first day I really couldn't do much, just clean. But he picked it up 2 days before that. So I've had it longer than he has. So I'm sure he's excited to get this car back, take it back home, and enjoy this car. It does look good in black. It does look good in satin black. This is, again, satin black from Avery Dennison, and it just looks good. Satin black always looks good. Another happy customer. I didn't end up putting the badges on the front or the back. That looks so much better without the badges. All satin black. Another happy customer. Let me know what you think down below. Do you like the satin black, or is it played out? How is everyone doing it, or is not that many people doing it? Because I see a lot of it online, but you don't really see too much of it around town. So I think it's pretty cool to see that around town. Of course, you don't see any of this around town at all, unless you live in Mooresville, and you'll see me. Oh wait, as always, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the next one. It's time for a beer.